Hey everybody, the Dow Jones is off to the worst start of the week since June. What does that mean? Are we back into the bear market? Is this just a little setback? Are the bulls going to continue? Find out in this market update for August 24th, 2022. Let's go. Hello, everybody. It's Jeremy Whaley here from Trade Maestro. I hope you guys are all doing fantastic. And I'm going to do a little market update for August 24th, 2022. This is going to be a little bit of a more substantial update, a little bit longer maybe, because I haven't done one for a while. My apologies for that. I had been doing a pretty good job of getting 2 a week out. And then about 3 weeks ago, I had a really good friend that passed away. And just got distracted and haven't been doing my market updates the way I need to. So very sorry about that. Hope I haven't left anybody hanging. I don't think it's been the worst time to not be doing market updates because the market has continued to be in a correction where it's rallying just a little bit until this week. So let's do that. Let's take a look here, see what's going on. We're gonna go through everything, and that's the thing I want to let you know before we get into this. We're gonna go through literally everything. We're gonna look at the Dow, we're gonna look at the NASDAQ, S&P 500. We're gonna look at briefly look at crypto, and we'll look at gold and silver. So it's gonna be a little bit longer here. But take a look here as we zoom in on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. You can see all my lines here. And a couple things to take note of. The thing that's been a little bit, maybe, I don't want to say disconcerting, but has been a little bit off. We really thought we were going to stop by this yellow line here, maybe the purple line, because we had that trend line that was coming down to support that. And those were kind of our ideal targets on the upside. We knew we were in a bullish correction for a bear market. We knew it was going up a little bit, but it was going to continue. We just didn't think it was going to go maybe this far. Anyway, here we are. We're making the turn now. That's where we are now. And you can see we are at a pivot area right around 34,000 on the Dow. And everything is lining up for the bear market to continue now. So we've been overbought. If you come back to, kind of July here, we've been overbought this entire time where I'm drawing the box here, which is about a month. And that corresponded to our first targets that we were hitting there. And, for whatever reason, market sentiment was able to push the market just a little bit higher here. If you can see it on the chart, it might be hard because I got a lot of lines on here, but if you can see it, there was actually relatively low volume. If you were seeing a really bullish market, you would have expected to see more volume coming in there. We don't really see that. It wasn't horrible, wasn't abysmal, but it just wasn't great. And so here we are yesterday, and yesterday being Monday, because I'm recording this Tuesday night. Yesterday we had a big bearish day, 600 something points to the downside. And then today we're starting to follow through. And the reason I wanted to get this out, we're down another 154 points for Tuesday here, moving into Wednesday. And as we look at futures for tomorrow, which as of right now, and right now is not going to serve you very well, but as of right now, as I'm recording this, we're down another 105 points on the Dow futures for tomorrow, which means we'll be opening up down here. And if that follows through, then that will be their last piece of confirmation that the bear market is continuing. You say, but what about the moving averages? We're above the averages. Averages we're all crossing. Doesn't that mean it's a bull market? Well, not necessarily. In fact, I have another video that I'm going to link up in YouTube here for you to watch, where it's talking about what it would take to convince us of a bull market. And you'll see if we've met those criteria. I'm not going to get into it right now, but the bottom line is no, we're not completely there. The bear market is very much still in play. If I zoom out here, you can actually almost draw this trend line from point 1, point 2, and point 3. Doesn't quite line up just perfect there, but it does when you look over the S&P and the NASDAQ. So looking here at the Dow, for whatever reason, this is an outlier. We just went well beyond our trend line. But what's kind of interesting is we went a similar distance below our trend line on the downside, on the most recent valley here. So just kind of a very interesting, I don't know that there's any substance to that. It doesn't really tell us anything from a technical standpoint. It's just kind of interesting that that happened. But what's very telling and what is very important to recognize right now, we are at a known pivot area. It is still a lower high, folks. I know it was a higher high compared to here back in June, but when you compare this to our most recent swing high and then certainly the all-time high, we are still well below that. We are in a bear trend by every measure of the word. The fact that the media hasn't fully caught on, you're starting to see some people catching on, but we've been in a bear trend since the beginning of the year, basically, and now we're continuing. Looking at your stochastics, very strong move to the downside, very much suggesting that the bear market is back. So I do expect, especially as we're looking into September and October, I expect we're going to see a lot of selling coming in here. I'm a little uncertain how the next 2 weeks will go. Right here, we could see an immediate sell-off where the market just comes in very quickly, the bears come in and just drive it down. Or I wouldn't be surprised, because we are kind of mixed in with all those averages right there, and we are right in the middle of a bunch of pivot areas. I wouldn't be surprised to see some zigging and zagging, some up days and some down days, and just kind of stuck a little bit here. But as we get into September and as we get into October, expect for the bear market to be in full force. Now, here's a big update for you. Not, I want to say historically, but what am I trying to say? Maybe a month ago, I would have been telling you, 2 months ago, I would have been telling you I was forecasting much lower lows for September and October. We may still get there. My long-term view is still around 18,000 is my ultimate bottom that I'm expecting for, come on, why will you not right here? There we go. My ultimate bottom that I'm expecting for the Dow is like 18,000. But I don't think we're going to go straight there right now. Based on what we have been seeing, the next target should be around 30,000 and then maybe 29,000. That's quite probably where we will end up in September and October. It seems to be a much more controlled sell-off than many that we've had in the past, much more so than 2008 at this point. But definitely a bear market, and it's going to continue as we move forward here. So that is your Dow Jones market update. Let's take a look over here at the S&P 500. And this is kind of interesting because when you look at the S&P and you look at my trend line, you're like, oh, yeah, that yellow trend line is right smack in the middle of all that resistance, those purple lines you see in there. It's like, yeah, that's exactly where we would have thought this thing would turn. And, of course, your stochastics heading down sharply to suggest that we're continuing this trend. Again, S&P futures are down right now. It doesn't say a whole lot being, 10 o'clock the night before. But we're down, 0.3%. And all the futures are down right now. So I do expect the bear market will be heating up tomorrow. As we get into the market and as the week goes on. Again, next targets on this, I do expect we'll probably get on down to this next range as we get into September and October. But, for the next short term here, the next couple of weeks, don't be surprised if we kind of get stuck right in there, right around where we are on the chart right now. Don't be surprised one bit if we get stuck there. I don't think we will. I think it's going to have more momentum because it kind of went down that way. So we'll see. Anyway, that's the update on the S&P, also bearish. And then take a look over here at the NASDAQ. And as you look at the NASDAQ, I mean, that trend line really couldn't be any more perfect. Just doom, 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 doom. There it is. We're right at that yellow pivot area around 13,200. All pulling away and all ready to continue. 10,800 will be one of our targets on the way down. And next one below that will be about 10,000. That'll be our next major target area in there. Will be 10,000. So you can have that one as you are looking at your forecast there. So that kind of gets you, gets you caught up and gets us on the same page. I've been doing these updates for my Sunday night group. We just haven't been doing all the YouTube updates for you guys, and my apologies for that. But again, we're going to be trying to get out at least 2 a week, especially during the bear markets. I think more people are a lot more afraid during bear markets than they are in bull markets. So obviously that's a time that people would like to have the updates a little bit more. Let's look briefly at gold and silver. I want to pull these up. I'm going to pull up GLD. This is the ETF, the Exchange Traded Fund for Gold. And if you can look in here, we had a bullish trade set up with an entry around 161. Came in right here. Excuse me. Yeah, we had an entry at 161 from late July, early August. We did get to one of our targets. You don't see it marked on the chart because we didn't mark it on the chart, but it's there. That was one of our targets. We've pulled back. This suggests, this candlestick formation, bearish candle on Friday, a little what we call a doji on Monday, followed by a pretty strong green candle on Tuesday, all down here near this support level. Very much suggests that this thing is potentially ready to bounce and continue higher. Also notice we're almost oversold, but we're not quite there. This thing could come all the way back down to the 158 range, which was our previous support. That would give you a solid oversold reading here on your stochastic. But again, this candle formation right there, those last three candles, very much is a bullish candle formation. It's called a Morningstar reversal. And that one, in this context, in this location, that one could give us the support that we need to bounce. We are still below the moving averages. The average is really bearish on this. So very much I don't want to say in no man's land because it's not really no man's land, but it's very much unconfirmed in terms of where it's going right now. But just a little bit of an update. We had a big sell-off, as you can see here in June, big sell-off, and then a pretty big bounce here. A lot of people were very optimistic that this was going to be a big run for gold. We do have some more targets up there, but it hasn't got to follow through yet. So we'll just keep our eyes on that. And then kind of the same thing's happening with silver here. Silver closed today at 1762. This is the ETF. It's not spot silver. Once again, we have a Morningstar reversal candlestick formation very close to our support level here. Very, very close. This could be the foundation we need. Let's see if we get some bounce. And if we do, it'll be good because it'll actually create a double bottom. So that would be nice. But at this point, again, very mixed signals. Moving averages, very bearish, crossing to the downside. The candlestick let me get that out. The candlestick pattern is indicating that, we're ready to bounce higher here. So let's see where that goes. The full-on confirmation will be a break of this purple line here, which is around $19.25. We break out of that. That'll be the full-on confirmation. But in the short term, another bullish entry right around 1792 will probably play fairly well. That's basically the trade setup we were in about a month ago, and we got to the first target. Good reason to believe that we would get back to that first target. So bullish trade entry around $17.92 on the uptick there, with a stop in here around, what is that, 1666 for your stop, and a upside target. Number one is about 1925. Number two is $20, and what is that number? 67 cents. So roughly $20.67. What are the odds that it hits exactly $20.67 and turns down? I don't know, but that's your target. All right. So there you go. There's a little update for gold and a little update for silver. And very quickly, I'm going to do a crypto update. I'll do a more in-depth crypto update later this week, but this will be my crypto update for now. I did do some forecast in the last, 4 to 6 weeks here where I was predicting that crypto was hitting some bottoms. I very strongly am holding to that. If this support holds, which is just below $20,000 on Bitcoin, as long as that support holds, and so far it has, and notice that we're already back to oversold here, I think we're probably, if we do drop down, 20,000 is that support level. Unless we start closing below 20,000, you can just assume that we're starting to really accumulate this position. Now, as I've said all along, I have no idea how long it's going to take for the public to accumulate and to decide that they've got a lot of faith in Bitcoin again. Crypto has beat people up. I mean, we've seen the failure of crypto companies in the last 6 months here. So if you look back historically, let's say we go back to, what was this, 2021 here, whatever that time frame that was, April, May of 2021. That whole accumulation right there, that took about two or 3 months. So we're kind of within that range right now. I don't know if this is enough yet. I wouldn't be surprised to see it just hang out down here for a good bit. I don't know why my pen keeps doing this, but there we go. I wouldn't be surprised to see it hang out down here for a good bit. 24,441 is my bullish entry trigger. 24,441 is my bullish entry trigger with a short-term target of 30,500. That can go potentially, way further than that. That's just the first target we've got here. So that's the setup on Bitcoin. Quick update on Ether. Ethereum is definitely, I think it's put the bottom in. I think the bottom back here at 1,000 was probably the bottom. We'll see how this particular wave plays out. I think this support right here is going to hold right around 15, 16. That's the wrong number. Excuse me. I don't have my glasses on. 1430. I should go grab my glasses. Around 1430 is that number, and I think that's going to hold as our support in here. So I'm not too worried about that. Again, decent entry in here at 1787. That's 1,787 with plenty of upside targets on Ethereum. So yeah, I think the future for crypto is very, very bright here, unless we just drop below all these support levels and don't come back. And that is possible. And that's really what we're looking for. We're looking to see if this support will hold. As a technical trader, that's what we're constantly looking for. Will support hold? Will resistance hold? In this case, it's the support. And as long as that holds, I think the bottom's in for crypto, and we can start looking at some good crypto buying opportunities. So I've been saying that all along, been saying it all summer. Here we are, it's mid-August, and we're kind of right on track for that. So very much keep that one on your radar. All right, folks, that's all I got for you for this market update. I hope that's been helpful for you. Again, maybe a little bit longer, but kind of wanted to get some in-depth stuff out there for you, just for those of you who are not in my Sunday night group. Some of you aren't getting my updates because you're not in that group. So, speaking of which, it'd be a really great time for you to go over to TradeMaestro.com and, become a member of Trade Maestro. Just, go ahead and subscribe. It's not very expensive at all. In fact, you get all of the training that we offer as a platinum member over there. And so that's really a perfect thing for you to do. And then you get all my Sunday night training, and you get my weekly or every other week group coaching sessions. You get access to all that. And then if I don't do my YouTube channel for a week, then not a big deal. You didn't miss anything, right? But yeah, so if you're interested in that, go over to TradeMaestro.com, get yourself subscribed. Regardless, you need to get yourself subscribed here to the YouTube channel. And this week, I'd like to get ourselves over 1,000 subscribers. I don't know why I can't seem to get to 1,000. We've been stuck here for a long time. So yeah, share it, subscribe, tell other people about it, and come back here in just a couple days and you'll see some more videos. So thanks again for joining us. Look forward to next time. And until then, happy trading. We'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.